Hey YouTube, what's good? This is Jordan, aka M10, for those of you that know me from Pojo. And I'm here with deck profile of Twilight deck that made me finish 7th after Swiss, and I won my top 8 match. So I finished top 4 at the Montreal Regionals, biggest regionals in Montreal ever. So here we go. Got my invite for Nats. So whoever's going for going to Nats, let me know, and we'll try and meet up there. So yeah. So this is the mat that I got for top 8. Top 16 got their invites. Top 8 got the mat. Top 4 got the binder. So without further ado, 2 Tragodia. Needless to say, I don't know how many games this guy won me, especially with Card Trooper. I love having him opening hand with Card Trooper. Mill 3. They pop it, I draw. So, basically I get that floating effect. He's still going to be a pretty big beater. So, and I get 3 cards engraved, and then I draw an extra one next turn, putting me at, what is it, 6 cards in hand. So, he's just awesome. Probably my favorite card in the entire deck, to be honest. I won a lot of games because of Tragodia. Forged dark holes out of people and allow me to just, explode because of that, or steal their monsters, XYZ into something, or synchro, so whatever. He was just a great card all around. One Gores. I mean, another win condition of the deck. Probably another one of my favorite cards, to be honest. Just because it OTKs with BLS. I pulled off BLS and Honest twice in the tournament, so that was pretty cool. Once against Brian Ortiz, who top 16 in SJC. He's got tons of regional tops. Good friend of mine too. I felt bad sacking him with that, but yeah, I mean, the combo was just busted. I don't know why he ever came off the ban list. 3 of these guys. Gotta run it. In 3s, I've been seeing a lot of people playing 2, and I guess I get the reasoning behind it. He's just busted. He's probably, one of the dumbest win conditions out there right now. After BLS, obviously. 2 Chaos Sorcerers. A lot of people like Phantom of Chaos instead of him. Phantom of Chaos. Celestia instead of him. The only thing about Celestia is you gotta have that lights run on the field, and it's not always there. And I'll explain why. Because I'm not running Necro Card now, it just slows you down. And I'm only running 1 Wolf. So maintaining that lights run on the field is a bit harder. And dropping Celestia is a lot harder, so I prefer Chaos Sorcerer. And again, the reason why I'm not running more Wolves and Necros, or, well, 1 Wolf and no Necros, is because they just make your hands dead. And sometimes, same thing with Celestia, she just sits there in your hand, and you don't know how to have a recharge to get rid of them. And I find setting Necro and sending it to the grade is kind of like counterintuitive, so I don't really like that. 1 Phantom Chaos, just because I'm running so many cards to abuse it. It won me like 1 or 2 games. And it's not not always gonna go for BLS or JD or Chaos Sorcerer. Sometimes I'll go for Lila, pop a back row, and then just explode with any combo of these guys from my hand. Or go for Lumina and ditch and whatever, and just go off on them. I really like going for BLS with Phantom of Chaos just because I could attack over 2 other things by using 1 card and only removing 1 card, basically. Gets over Christia too. Christia is a big problem. Like, I find the agent matchup pretty easy, but like, whatever, it's just as long as they don't bring out Christia, and when they do, this guy's pretty neat. I can even duality into him and then use him right away. So I think he's probably one of the better cards that a lot of people overlook. 2 Veilers. Plants are still big. You gotta be able to stop, the stupidities that they do with Formula Librarian. Fills your grave with lights that you could remove that aren't light sworn. Although, I don't mind removing a JD for like a Chaos monster. Yeah, so it's a pretty neat card. Plus, it's a tuner. I mean, you gotta run it. On to the light sworns, 2 Janes. A lot of people are like, why 2 Janes? I even heard some people like, why even 1 Jane? But I'm like, come on, really? Gets over Thunder King, Roach, pretty much anything. Such a great card. Plus it mills, obviously. Only 2, but great card. You gotta run 2. 2 Lila. Gotta get rid of the pesky back rows. Works nice with Final Chaos too. Double Raikou. Might drop it down to 1. I might. And 1 Wolf. Whatever, 1 Wolf was cool. 1 me. I got it off twice in the whole regionals, but when I did, usually I went for game. And when I only had 1 in hand, I usually had to recharge to get it out of there. So, 2 and 3 I find are too much. 1's cool, like, you get off the effect when you do. If not, whatever, never really bothers you. 1 Gyarados, just because whenever you can get Lumina Gyarados off, it's pretty cool. If not, 1850 meters, pretty chill. Aaron, send that stuff back, kick it back. And Lumina, she's, such a great card, but right now I don't find her that useful. I don't think I went Lumina into anything all day. Or maybe I did, but I tried not to deplete my hand advantage because of her. Because she takes up 2 cards from your hand. I'd rather keep hand possession, especially when I'm relying on Trigodia a lot for the win. So if I go Lumina, it's usually because I'm pushing for game, or I really got to get something engraved to push her game. So she was more of a late game card. She's not really an early game card anymore like she used to be. Like, we go Lumina Gyarados, charge Lumina, charge the Gyarados, and go Lumina Gyarados, and Lumina Gyarados, and just go crazy. She's at 1 now, so you can't even do that. But she's more of a late game card. So I try to keep it that way. Often I'll just recharge the Lumina. Even if I have like a Jane or Lila in my hand, I'll recharge the Lumina. Just because she's not as great. She's still a good card, but not as great. 2 Troopers, pretty self-explanatory. At the beginning of the format, I wasn't liking much. Like, often I had it in hand, I'm like, oh, I wish this was something else. But turns out it's a pretty good card. Gets over a lot of stuff. And again, that was at the beginning of the format before we knew what was going to be big. But, another Roach and Thunder King are seeing play in a lot of decks. You sometimes, and you don't always have a Jane. Sometimes you need the Trooper. Plus, you draw, so it floats. So it's pretty cool. Plague, Bulb, self-explanatory. Main deck, spells of the main deck. Trip recharge, no doubt. 1 charge. Double duality. A lot of people are like, oh, why do you play duality? If you mill the wolf, blah, blah. Okay, whatever. Like, wolf's a win more card anyways. I'm not counting on it to win. Like, if you are, then you're a bad player. So, double duality adds so much consistency. Was one of the MVPs. I don't know how many times I dualitied into a Dust Shoot or dualitied into Fan of Chaos or into a Jane, and my opponent was just like, oh, come on, really? So, great card. Pot of Avarice, very controversial card. But seeing as I'm running so many cards that aren't Lightsworn, it's almost always live mid to late game. Plus, the pretty neat +1. So, yeah, guys, give it a try, please. Reincarnation. I have a love-hate relationship with Reincarnation. I was always a Beckoning Light guy, but Reincarnation just, dumps that last Lightsworn, gets you the JD, and it won me a game this weekend. So, be careful with ED Crow, though, because they could just, Crow and you go -2, and it kind of sucks. So, great card. Then, Reborn, Dark Hole, Storm. 2 MSDs. A lot of people in Lightsworn aren't playing double MST, which, you know what? I love, just setting it turn 1, because if my opponent plays Death Shoot, I just, well, like if my opponent sets Death Shoot, I just end phase MST it. So, it happened 2 or 3 times during the regionals that I was able to pick off a Death Shoot, so just because of MST, so that's pretty cool. And Death Shoot, every deck should be running this. I don't care what you're running, every deck should have a copy of this. It's the most busted card, second most busted card in the game right now after BLS. I'm starting to think it deserves a spot on the ban list. So I guess we'll go on to the, I guess we'll do the side, double Cyber Dragon. I was expecting more GBs, so didn't really end up using it that much. Thunder King, wow. Wish I ran 3, probably will. I love just turn 1 playing Thunder King, maybe setting an MST, but just going turn 1 Thunder King and watch my opponent squirm. In my my match in top 8, to see if I was gonna make top 4. I held my opponent off for 3 turns. He couldn't get anything going, and then I just beat him the turn after once he got rid of it. So great card. Kaiku, ooh, did some serious damage with him. Just kept poking, removing. I had a mirror match in round 4 or 5, and that just destroyed him. As did this. A lot of people prefer Soul Release, DD Crows or Crevice. The thing about Soul Release is it's so devastating when you get it off. Like, it's just, card design's pretty terrible. They should have never made something like this. Remove up to 5 cards from either graveyard. So Soul Release is just busted. Smashing. Thought I was going to use this more. Didn't really end up using it. But it's a great card, and just generally any matchup. Especially against Machina, just like get rid of that Fortress, because it doesn't target. Pretty decent in the mirror too, so yeah. Scapegoat, yeah. Didn't use it once all weekend. I never even cited it in. I'm not even sure why it's here, but sometimes when you're facing an OTK deck, you just gotta get that extra defense in, and I like Scapegoat much more than Necroware now, to be honest, just because you could synchro off it and do shenanigans. So Scapegoat. Third MST, sided in against decks with heavy back row or Dark World, obviously. Just like bait out those Dark World Lightnings and watch them cry. Dark World's so bad. Such a good matchup against it. Too bad I only faced 1 all weekend. 2 Decree. Yep. Never really liked Decree, but figured a lot of Starlight Roads, Macrocosmos were going to be around, so won me my round 7 match. Summon Card Trooper, milled a wolf, he had no monsters, and I attacked exactly for 4,000. And he had a Macrocosmos and Royal Decree. I just top deck Royal Decree, set it. He passed, I flipped Decree, played Card Trooper, milled, and boom. 2 Bottomless. Such a great card against the agents and whatever. Get rid of that Christia, you know what I mean? And just gets rid of the problem. I like it more than Warning without life point cost. And Chain Disappearance for plants. Next, I'm gonna go through this fast because I only got 14 minutes now. 1 Utopia, 1 Levier, Trishla, Mistworm, won me a game, 2 games I think even. Great card. Scrap, Stardust, Black Rose, Arcanite, Chaos Sorcerer. Especially on the Chaos Sorcerer, remove 1, mill the bulbs, sink for Arcanite, pop another 2, clears the way for a whole bunch of stuff. Brionic, great card. Guy-Knight, Librarian, Cataster, Army Arm, Formula, because the Scapegoat, never got this out, probably going to take it out, along with the Scapegoat on the side, and Chimera Tech, just because of the Cyber Dragons. So, I'm definitely going to Nats. So top 4 Montreal Regionals, and you're looking at my Twilight build, MVP card, right here, Chaos Sorcerer, All right, guys. Peace.